Welcome you all students. I come up with a new topic, perspective projection. Actually, this is the second half of fifth unit. Okay, let me know about what do you mean by perspective projection. Perspective projection is just like isometric projection. It is one of the method to present the 3D drawing. Okay, and I can say it is the graphical representation of an object on a plane, on a single plane called picture plane, as it appears to an observer. That is more important. It represents the object as it appears to an observer. Okay, fine. So this perspective projection will gives you very realistic image. Realistic image, not like isometric somewhat approximate 3D, but it will gives you a realistic image. And when you compare with the isometric projection with the perspective projection, the isometric projection is meant for small size objects, to draw small size object, but with the help of the perspective projection, huge size object can be drawn. So that the architects, they will be preferring this perspective projection to show the appearance of their buildings. Okay, buildings or constructive point of view, any kind of stuff. Okay, they will prefer this perspective projection. Okay, fine. And I can say example, the picture captured by the camera is the best example for the perspective projection. Okay, picture captured by camera. For your understanding, I'm going to draw the diagram of railway track. Okay, railway track. See, you're standing in front of the railway track and you are taking the picture. It could able to get the view of the railway track something like this manner. Okay, and one more thing, if you are moving this station point or the point somewhat ahead into the side, now the observer position is here, something like this. If you take the picture of the same railway track, your view will be different. Okay, so if you are taking the observation from the top, the same railway track will gives you a different observation. Okay, what I try to say is, based upon the position of the observer, for a single object, it is conveying a different perspective views, different views, right? So based upon the position and distance, your observation and the shape of the object will be differ. So this kind of realistic image captured by the camera, we can call it as what? Perspective view or perspective drawings. Okay, fine. And one more thing I can convey here, the portion which is lying nearer to the observer will be large, and the portion lying ahead to the observer will be very small. Okay, fine. Let us know the terminologies involved in the perspective projection. So for that I have drawn the diagram here. Okay, so in order to understand, here we have a lot of planes, namely 4 kind of planes are there. Okay, so first there is a horizontal plane which is called ground plane. Actually it's a ground plane, it will be horizontal. Okay, so this one I can say as ground plane. Okay, in this ground plane always the object is been assumed to place. Okay, if I take the square prism, we can assume the object is being placed on GP, ground plane. Okay. So ground plane in the sense plane at which the object is assumed to place. Fine. And then vertical plane is there. So here it is the ground plane and vertical plane is there, that we call it as picture plane, which is kept just perpendicular to the ground plane. For the ground plane it is being kept perpendicular. We can call this as picture plane PP, picture plane PP. Okay, fine. And then observer will be there, observer will be there. Okay. If I keep any object like a square, prism, the position will be something like this. Something like this. Position will be something like this on ground plane. Okay. When you are getting the observation, the eye rays will be falling on the object, something like this, okay, on each and every corners of the object. Okay, and in the vertical plane called picture plane, the object will be traced out like this manner. So the picture plane is a vertical plane which is kept perpendicular to GP, on which the perspective view is obtained. Okay, so that's what given in this image. So these are the visual rays passing from the eyes and falling on the object to each and every corners of it, and by which we can form the perspective projection on the plane called picture plane. Okay, and then at the level of, come to here, at the level of the observer, the plane is being kept which is called horizontal plane. Okay, at the level of the observer or eye, the plane is kept which is horizontal to, which is a horizontal plane, and that is just parallel to the ground plane. Okay, and one more thing is there which is called center plane. At the station point, the observer point, we can call it as a level of eye, or else we can call it as the station point SP. Okay, in which there is a vertical plane. Okay, so that we call it as center plane, which is kept at the center. Okay, just it peers to the picture plane. Okay, so this is how the arrangement is done. Okay, this plane we call it as a center plane. Okay, center plane. So the center plane, the station point and the horizontal plane which is intersecting at this particular place. Okay, fine. And then here GL we have mentioned as GL in the sense the ground plane, the portion or the line at which the ground plane and the picture plane intersect. We call it as GL, ground line. Okay, ground line. And then see here HL is mentioned. It is nothing but the place at which the picture plane and the horizontal plane intersect. Okay. Any other things? We know the visual rays, just it's like a eye ray falling on the object. The CV is there. CV in the sense center of vision. Center of vision. That means the point at which the axis of the vision pierces through the picture plane. Okay, the point at which the axis of vision passes through the picture plane. That line we call it as center of vision, right? So any other things? HP in the sense horizontal plane. Okay, horizontal plane or else horizontal plane. Both are right ones. That is here in the start of the terminology. I taught you. Okay, and this is the object, and the picture obtained on the picture plane, we call it as a image. Okay, right. So this is how the arrangement of the perspective projection is being placed. Okay, so now let us know how we need to interpret it on the paper, as far as the students presenting the perspective projection concerns, how to interpret it. Okay. Fine. So see, so this is the 3D presentation of all the planes. Okay, ground plane, picture plane, horizontal plane, and central plane. How to interpret it? This perspective projection concern, I can say this is your front view. Okay, this is your front view. So this is how the arrangement is done. Observer is standing here. Okay, and I want to say, just like what the orthographic projection, the similar manner we are going to work out the projection work. So in the orthographic projection, when you are having the diagram, how will you start it in order to get the traces of front view and top view? From the view which show the true shape. Am I right? The view which show the true shape, we will start our work. In that particular plane, we will start our work. Okay. Here the object is being kept something like this on the ground plane. So if the object is like this, in which view the true shape of the object can be seen? True shape in the sense square. If it is a square prism, square is a true shape. If it is a hexagon prism, hexagon is a true shape. That means in which view we can see? From the top view, if you look at from the top, we could able to see the true shape of the object. So we need to begin from the top, right? We have to begin from the top. So see, now to interpret on the paper, how will you begin and see what are the planes are visible from the top? Okay. So when you are looking from the top, I can say this picture plane will be seen just like a straight line. Am I right? When this is your front view, and when you are having look from the top, this picture plane will be seen as a straight line. So what I gonna do is just I going to have the horizontal line at the top, which is nothing but picture plane. This picture plane. When I look from the top, the picture plane can be seen. So I can say the picture plane right side. In the right side, the object is being placed, and when you are having look, just it will give the observation just above the line of picture plane, the true shaped square, just like this being placed, you will get the observation. Since the object is being kept somewhat ahead from the picture plane, I am maintaining a space here. Okay. Just see, when you are just representing the position of the object, okay. So we can say the object is being kept in front of picture plane and behind the picture plane. Okay. So as far as this concern, this is the in front. This direction is in front of PP. In front of PP. This direction we can say behind PP. So when you are interpreting on paper, the distance from PP, we can call it as behind PP, behind PP. This distance is just behind PP. What is next? See, again, when you are getting the observation from the top, we could able to see the picture plane as well. See, one more plane can be seen called the center plane. See, the center plane will be seen. So when you are getting the observation from the top, here is the object, here is the object. So to the left of the object, we can see the vertical line like observation, which is nothing but CP, center plane. Can you able to identify it? When you are looking from the top, here is the object, to the left of it, the center plane observation will be seen as a vertical line. Okay. So when you are saying, I can say with respect to this object, the distance between the object and the CP, I can say the CP is just been placed left of the what side, left of the object from this side. We can measure it from this side. Okay, fine. And if you want to represent this CP on the right side, then where this object needs to be placed actually? For example, I am saying here I got left side of the CP. Okay, if you want to draw the CP on the right side here, okay, right side, then what would be the position of the object in the real part in this plane? This should be placed in the where? In this segment, actually in this behind segment. That means to this central plane, this is inside of it. If you keep it on the inside of this segment, we can lay out the central plane right to the plane. So based on the position of the object, the central plane will be changing, okay, based upon the position of it. Okay, fine, let it be. And then see, one more thing we need to specify, that means the observer or station point or the level of eye. Okay, so here is the SP distance. So when you are having look from the top, I can say in front of VP is somewhat ahead from the PP. Am I right? Position of this SP is in front of VP, in front of PP, somewhat ahead. And you can take the observation, just it is lying on the center plane. Am I right? Just it is lying on the center plane. And you are looking from the top, this is SP point. Right? So in the CP, I am going to specify the station point, SP, station point 1, okay, first station point, right? So here it is, and this distance from the PP, we can say in front of PP. This distance will be measured in front of PP. What is next? We have positioned the the top view. How will you interpret the front view? Come to the position. Now to specify the front view, we need to look the object in this position. This is the front view position. This is the top view position. So you need to look the object something like this. When you are looking the object like this, which all the planes are visible here? I can say the ground plane will be looking like a the horizontal line, okay, and this the horizontal plane will be looking just like a straight line. So somewhere here in the bottom, I gonna draw the ground plane, GP, okay, fine. So we know in the front face, height of the object can be seen. In the front view, height of the object can be seen. In order to interpret, we can take the projector from the front view, and if you draw with respect to the height of the object in between the projector, we get the front view. And then try to specify the station point for the top view. Actually, the station point for it remains at the same place, but in the front view, it is observed somewhere here. Let us know, in the top view, it is observed here. And when you are looking from the front, let us see where it is being placed. Okay, fine. So this station point, see, when you want to interpret here with respect to GP, I can say it is just above the ground plane. It is just above the ground plane with some distance. Am I right? Above the ground plane, some distance ahead. So if you see it, just it also on the center plane. Am I right? So in the line of center plane, some distance above, you can specify station point 2. That means for the interpreting the front view. So here is the center plane going, and here we can specify it. So this distance we shall say above, this measurement will be captured as the above GP, ground plane, above GP 50 mm, above GP 60 mm, something like this. Okay. So whenever we want to make the perspective projection in order to obtain the exact shape, what you have to do is we need to form the layout. Okay. So when you are forming the layout, picture plane will be at the top and the ground plane will be at the bottom of it. So station point will be somewhat in front of PP. Okay. And this station point 2 for the front view look will be somewhat above GP. Okay. And I can say when we compare with the orthographic projection, if I take this as picture plane as VP, vertical plane, and the ground plane as HP, since we are familiar with these terms, if I take ground plane as HP and on this picture plane as VP, what happens here? In the VP we have drawn the top view, and in the ground plane we have drawn front view. Okay. When you are having the projection diagram as per the first angle projection, actually in the vertical plane we will get the front view, and in the horizontal plane we get the top view. But here in the perspective projection we are just getting in the reverse manner. Okay. So here we can, in short manner, we can also say this perspective projection is just like a third angle projection. Okay, fine. I hope you understood how to interpret the layout of the planes when you are representing on paper, not to specify it. Okay. So I hope you understood how it is just generated, the picture plane and GP. And in the coming videos I will be posting the videos based on the perspective projection. Okay. At that time I will be giving the clear lecture idea how to obtain the shape of the perspective object. Okay. Thank you so much.